2 years ago, the house next door finally sold after sitting empty for months. The new occupant was a military veteran, someone with deep scars and secrets buried in the sandstorms of Iraq. He wasn't home often, deployments or some classified job, neighbors whispered. But whenever he was around, the air felt different, heavy, the kind of heavy that sinks into your bones. I never expected to be caught in whatever followed him back from war. But the dead don't like being forgotten, and I was about to become their reminder.
Have you ever felt unseen eyes watching you in the dark? Welcome to Nightfall Crypt, where shadows whisper, the unknown lingers, and every story is waiting for you to listen, if you dare.
The veteran's name was Alan. He didn't talk much, but over beers with my uncle, he once mentioned his role in Iraq, operating a breach vehicle, basically plowing through buildings, structures full of ghosts maybe. My uncle turned pale hearing it, but Alan just laughed. I never forgot the way he described it, like he was trying to forget it himself. One evening, I was washing dishes when I caught movement in my peripheral vision. Something white dashed across the living room. I turned quickly, but nothing was there. At first, I assumed it was headlights reflecting through the window, but it was too fast, too deliberate. Later that night, I climbed upstairs to my bedroom. As I turned the corner, I stopped cold. A man stood by my bed, tall, with black eyes, thick eyebrows, and a long grey beard. He wore white robes. Her eyes locked for a second. No malice, just silence. Then I blinked, and he vanished. My breath didn't return for nearly a minute. The next few nights, I started hearing whispers. At first, I blamed the wind or TV, but the voices were in a language I couldn't recognize. Guttural, urgent. It felt like they were coming through the walls. And always from the direction of Alan's house. Alan came home. I watched him from my window. His face gaunt, his movements heavy. That night, lights flickered in both our homes. I swear I saw shapes moving in his front yard. But when I blinked, they were gone. One night, I couldn't sleep. My head throbbed with a migraine, the kind that warps your vision and pulses behind your eyes. As I stared at the ceiling, I noticed a shape at the foot of my bed. It wasn't there, but it was. Just an outline. My heart froze. I closed my eyes tight. When I opened them, it was gone. I turned over and was face to face with her, a woman inches from mine, screaming in a voice I couldn't understand. Her mouth moved violently, but the words were gibberish. Her face twisted in agony, eyes sunken. I screamed, leapt from bed, and bolted out the door barefoot. I ran to the middle of the street, sobbing, panting, and shaking. I stayed there under the harsh orange glow of the street lamp, too scared to go back. My hands wouldn't stop trembling. I didn't go back inside until the sun began to rise. The next morning, Alan knocked on my door. He didn't ask how I was. He just said, "Don't try to talk to them. Don't even look." I asked what he meant, but he was already walking away. That's when I knew. He had seen them too. That night, I woke up again. This time, no screaming, no outlines, just silence. I sat up, and in the corner of my room were two eyes, glowing faintly, watching. I didn't scream, I didn't move. I just whispered, "I'm not him," and shut my eyes. When I opened them again, they were gone. But I never felt alone in that room again. I moved 6 months later. I told no one the full story. Sometimes I wonder, did Alan bring spirits home with him? Spirits of those crushed in buildings, screaming in languages never meant for me to understand. Or did something older simply find him and decide to stay next door? And here is the question I still ask myself. If ghosts follow the guilty, why did they come to me?
And so, the shadows stretch further, and the mystery only deepens. But this is far from the end. It's merely the beginning. What lingers beyond the door? Who is whispering your name? And what is that shifting in the corner of your eye? The answers await in the next chapter of these chilling tales. Subscribe to Nightfall Crypt and hit the notification bell, because the crypt's secrets are endless and the darkness never sleeps. Until next time, stay in the light if you can.